Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And today, what I want to talk about is Le'Veon Bell. Now, there are some Giants fans, not a lot, clamoring, "Oh yeah, we should sign Le'Veon Bell." I kind of like the running backs we have now. Devontae Freeman, Wayne Gallman is really showing out. Let's see what we have in them. I'm not going to get a guy like Le'Veon Bell that he's going to be decent but not all right. The problem with the Jets is that he didn't have a great offensive line. Now we do have a top half of the league offensive line as far as run blocking. I think we rank 14th in adjusted win rate or whatever stat it is like that. But the thing about Le'Veon Bell, he is very patient. He's not going to find that many holes. When there's a hole open on our offensive line, he's going to need to shoot it right away. So I don't want a Le'Veon Bell on this team. I've mentioned before, I'm not too sure if I've uploaded those videos. I kind of have videos where I'm like, oh, bring in J.J. Watt. I'd much rather bring in J.J. Watt for a year or two. The thing is, they don't have a general manager. Bring in J.J. Watt, change this defensive line. I'd welcome that move, bringing in a guy like that. Because J.J. Watt has been playing amazing, but he still can win on the edge. And that's a problem that we've had. And if we can bring in a guy like that who's going to be decent enough at winning against the offensive linemen, I think that'd be a pretty good move for us. I do think that, and plus it'll be 2 years, and I think we can afford him. If you take a look at the contract, it's about $18 million a year. That's what we have left in cap space. Now, you like to make those smaller moves, but if we cut a guy like a Golden Tate and a guy like that, we'd be able to make some certain moves like that. Because Golden Tate, the thing is, he doesn't really inspire confidence. He's too lazy on the field. He's not like a Joe Judge guy. He's not going to be on this team for a while, so you might as well just break the leash. And again, I like the move. Bring in Austin Mack. Bring in a Benjamin Victor. Bring in guys like that who are going to want to fight for this team. And, bring in some speed guys as well. We have a guy, Derek Dillon, who's on the practice squad. We cut him so he can see his family, and then we brought him back onto the team. So, we have high confidence in him. I'm not too sure whether he's that smart yet and he could run the routes and would know the offense. But let's try some certain things. It could be disastrous. You don't want to bring everyone all in at once. There's levels to the game per se. But I definitely do that. Next, I'm going to come out with a video tomorrow. I'm doing my offensive line analysis. And the more I see it, the more I think we should switch Andrew Thomas to guard starting next year, not this year. Kevin Zeitler, he's getting older. He hasn't really been playing that well. Good during the last game, but Dallas doesn't really have a really good defensive line. They put a little bit harder than what they usually have, though. And, why not move Andrew Thomas to guard? What does he do well? He run blocks. He mauls people. What does he not do well? Guarding against edge guys that are fast, And, he gets beat on the inside than the outside. I think it's time to consider moving Andrew Thomas to guard. And I think he could be pretty successful there. That's a mistake we made with Eric Flowers, and he's ended up being a good guard. He kind of plays guard like a tackle. If you watch him play, it's like he stands up. And if you just look at him, he plays like a guard. But I definitely consider doing that, and I think this team is going to be smart. The thing is, we've made some smart decisions. We didn't have Corey Ballantyne in there for play after play when he sucked. That's what happened last year. We weren't able to scout players and bring them in. With this this coaching staff, we can adjust and we can bring in guys that are going to be able to make our team succeed. I don't like the Jason Garrett hire. We need to be more creative offensively, but I understand it's really hard to call creative plays when you don't have a good offense. And Jason Garrett doesn't have a good offensive line. He doesn't have a really great offensive line that's going to give time. Andrew Thomas gave up 9 pressures. Hopefully I'll have the tweet out. It might have been something from PFF. 9 pressures and 2 sacks. That's not really that good. I don't care if it's against DeMarcus Lawrence. You're going to have to develop that. I'm not too sure if there have been that many tackles that got defeated that were long-term sustainable in this league. And then after you move Andrew Thomas to guard, get a Penei Sewell. I don't love him. I think he's a tad bit overrated. But according to all the scouts, he's the best guy this year. Get a left tackle in the second round. Get a wide receiver, because apparently there are a lot of good ones out this year. Probably get one from Alabama. That's what the Oakland Raiders did, and now the Las Vegas Raiders, because they were the Oakland Raiders at the time they made these moves. I think I'm right in this, but anyway, so they brought in guys like Henry Ruggs. They expanded the field, and Derek Carr was able to distribute. I think Daniel Jones can be like a Derek Carr distribute. I think Daniel Jones has the downfield accuracy, and I think he's more athletic, so when the pocket does break down, he can escape. He's more athletic in that way than a Derek Carr. So bring in some offensive weapons in the second, third round. Sell off some guys, maybe even like a Dalvin Tomlinson, to be honest, because we do have a lot of defensive tackles. And a team like maybe the Patriots, who don't really have that much talent up front, can bring in a guy like that. Maybe a Seattle They don't really have a lot of assets because they got Jamal Adams. But, a team that wants to compete, sell off your assets like that, maybe even cut Golden Tate because he's not really showing a bunch of effort. And that's how I'd move forward if I were the Giants. Again, I'm having Andrew Thomas film analysis tomorrow, and plus the whole offensive line. I'm going to dissect why I think Andrew Thomas should be a guard. He's really good with the run game, pretty smart. He's been doing good taking stunts, even though the Dallas didn't do that many. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.